I really appreciate your time. Welcome to our call. Thank you so much for coming.
No, that's fine. Fantastic. It's a great honour.
So for our viewers for tonight, Steve, can you just tell us a little bit about your background, please?
Well, I started off just as labourer, being a labourer, doing lots of different stuff. Then become a builder, then got involved with network marketing. At an early age, I got involved with several other businesses, garbage contract business, wall and floor tiling business, landscaping business, lots of different businesses. And I ended up at a young age, at the age of 27, semi-retired, which was fantastic. But life went on and we started raising a lot of children. We had 5 children. That kept us busy. We had 4 under 5 at one stage. And so we were a sole income family. We just relied on the one income, which was fantastic. And we made good money at times. Actually, we made good money a lot of times, but that's why I've got involved with the financial fitness program, because my past management of money wasn't the best.
As we all can attest to that too, Steve, until we learn good strategies, good principles.
It's always easy to make money. It's hanging on to it that was the hard part. Yeah. So that's, I've sort of grown up in the building industry and then lots of other businesses. At the age, I think 22, I was an alcoholic actually up until then, and I give up drink, and I got all motivated to start running my own self-employed businesses. So and made some really good money along the way, but just really didn't know what I was doing with it. So yeah.
Well, that's great. So tell me one of the learnings that you got from the financial fitness. What was one of the things that you've applied that changed that situation for you?
Well, I think the biggest thing that applied for me was totally focusing on getting out of debt. Was clearing debt. And I think being in my own traditional business, I always carried debt and didn't really care about it, because I thought, the interest on loans and the interest on this doesn't really matter. It's all business. I always put it down to business, and you'd speak to the accountants and they'd try and get you into debt, leasing vehicles, and whoever you speak to in the field, they'd say, hey, yeah, you should go get a new vehicle before the end of the financial year. And I said, well, I haven't got the money for one. Oh, no, lease one. It's better for your business. So you're always being taught to be in debt. And I think I actually went over the States and went to a function over there and spotted this pack, financial fitness pack. And I took it home, and by the time I went through probably one CD and read a couple of chapters of the book, it woke me up. And, we can learn, we can have a lot of information. We can get all the information in the world, but if we don't apply it, and I think that was finally a point in my life, and I'm really sorry it took that long to apply the things I was being taught. And it just made a massive difference, focusing on clearing debt. And I didn't just focus on clearing debt. I focused on what rewards I was going to get when I cleared debt, because clearing debt to me never motivated me, I'll be honest.
No, absolutely. It's only what you can celebrate that makes it exciting and something you want to motivate towards.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the goal. And one of my goals was, because I went through a real financial challenge at one time where I lost all my income and I went into a bad investment, and I actually had to sell up. I had a 9-acre property. I built the house myself, and I had to sell up. And I had 5 children. I had a special needs child, the last one, and to survive, I was accumulating credit cards, and I got up to 120,000 in credit card debt, and that's not counting other debt. And it was scary. It was a real scary time, but the thing is, we got through it. And when I got hold of that financial fitness pack, and I learned the principle of clearing debt and saving and paying myself first, right? I'd pay everyone else and never put money aside for myself. And I automatically had money just going into places everywhere, paying things off automatically, and it just seemed to work. And it was exciting, because the goal was, and back in 2019 or 2018, late 2018 was when I finally cleared my final credit card debt.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the goal.
And it's such a good feeling, isn't it? It's such a relief.
Well, the best relief was I ended up I was allowed to buy a BMW motorbike cash, and
Yes.
so it was fantastic. And we just, so I achieved that goal, and and then there's many more things we've got to do along the way to become financially independent. So it's all right to be debt free, but you want to be debt free and have a lot of money stashed away as well. So
Definitely. Yeah. And I was listening to the CDs the other day, and Chris Brady was saying, he was talking about waiting and how much that cost him, because like he didn't go to a seminar the first time he was invited, and he waited 3 months and then went to the next seminar, and that time, that money, and he says, I shudder to think how much just that 3 months through compounding I could have been making. And I look at it, that's exactly like clearing the debt, and we're so excited to get that done. But yeah, having the skills, like what I'm hearing is how you've had the skills to be able to recover every time you've had a fall, every time the finances have got hard. And that matters, because that principles applied serve you well forever and a day. So even when it gets hard, and you've had to sell up, you've still got all of the skills that you learned that can manage it, to earn the money, to get back up on your feet, and to keep on working forward. And it's great to hear those principles applied that help that compounding for you.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like making money's fairly easy, be honest. I'll be honest with you. You can make money. The money's out there to be taken and grabbed. And the biggest thing I find is with people that become ultra successful, wealthy, is that they're more, well, for one thing, they compound their own time as well. They duplicate their own time in business, but they actually manage things a lot better than what I did. I just didn't know how to manage money. I'll be straight out honest. I was making really big bucks sometimes, some years, and it just meant we dined out 3 nights a week. It meant we holidayed once a month. It meant we did all these things, and we leased 2 or 3 vehicles, and it was just crazy what we. And at the end of the day, you've had a good time, but you got nothing left.
Yeah.
It was
nothing to show for it.
and we just didn't have the money banked up behind us to be able to see a hard time through. And that's the bit that scared me. And I think that was when I lost my property. I actually didn't lose it, but I sold it to clear all the debt.
Yep.
And when that happened, that's when I started looking, and that's where I come across the financial fitness pack, and it opened my eyes up, and I thought, man, not only do I not want to be in debt, but I want a lot of money sitting aside for emergencies.
Definitely, because it matters, especially coming up to retirement and looking at the later lives, listening to the audios. And Chris Brady talks about you don't want to be old and broke. The cost of health in the later years is just crazy expensive.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I've had a few of them things in the last. Oh, mind you, they haven't been that bad because I have private cover, which covers a lot of it. But mind you, see things like insurances and stuff.
That's exactly right.
I neglected all of that in the past because that wasn't a priority. I didn't think of that, and we had cash flow turnover, and I thought, oh yeah, we'll survive. We'll be right. And hard work alone, you can survive, but you won't prosper with hard work alone. And that's where I had to have the training from the Life app, the leadership of Life, to be able to get myself in a position to think a lot different. It wasn't a matter of doing a whole lot different, but it was thinking a bit different, and it made a bit different. So
yeah, absolutely. Because having those safety nets in cushions the impact, so that if you have, a hard time, it's nowhere near as devastating as previously.
Yeah, and most, I always thought you had to be some sort of miracle person and some guru type thinker to actually become really financially successful. And it's actually not that much different than the average. It's just doing that little bit different each day that makes a whole difference. Things like that, see?
Yeah, not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. It's how much you've got stacked up in the bank. And that's the bit that matters.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So what would you recommend to our viewers? What would you say to them from all of these learnings?
Well, I would say don't hesitate, but either get involved with the financial fitness course or the pack. It's a must. Get involved with the Life app, because the teaching within the Life app, what I've found too, I know a lot of people with a lot of money, right? I've got family members that got a lot of money. I know a lot of people with bucks, but sometimes the whole lot of their life isn't in place. And what I find with the Life app, it not only has the financial fitness side of it, but it also has a lot of personal development sides. So much involved with it that not only are we getting our finances look right, but we're getting the rest of our lives right. And
Working with people can be challenging most days of the week. Yeah,
exactly,
and it matters, that patience that goes with it, and that calmness that comes from having it all sorted out, and the relief of sleeping well at night, knowing that we've got options, it's all good, and we have all the great learning to back it all up.
yeah. And that's it. It's a matter of, I'd been around a lot of good leaders over my time, especially, like I said, at 27, I had enough passive income coming in to stop work. And I stopped work for 20 odd years, living off of passive income. But I was spending it all. I wasn't managing it. And I've had some great leaders in the past that were teaching all about finance, but I wasn't listening. And I think so we could have the greatest vehicle in the world to help us financially and help us with life, which I believe the financial fitness program is, and the Life app is what the greatest thing out there. But whether we're willing to apply it, that's the difference. And I really recommend to anyone that gets hold of this video and wants to look into it further, look into it, but don't just look at it, apply it. You don't have to be the guru to do that. You just got to be average Joe Blow like myself that just thinks, hey man, I've got to make a decision here to change my life around because I'm going nowhere financially. And it's not a major thing. Don't look at it as a major thing to do. It isn't. It's little steps at a time, and it works. So
It's those incremental changes consistently applied, making sure that we're doing the little bit every day for those daily habits. And I'm so glad in the financial fitness program that we do have all the mentors and we do have those leaders setting the example, because it matters when we're looking at the fruit on the tree saying, do I want that? I've worked with so many leaders as well, and some of them, the fruit on the tree wasn't what I wanted. The honorable, the honeable, the hungry leaders, they weren't fulfilling all of that criteria. And so when I looked at what they were doing, I'm like, I don't want that path. And that's what I love about the Life Leader app, all of the mentors and all of the leaders, because they do have the fruit on the tree, and it is a path that I do want to walk.
And I think that was one of the biggest things that really got me when I was over in America and I went along to one of their seminars, the Life seminars, and these guys were missionaries, not mercenaries. They were out there to help people and help people get out of debt, help people's lives turn around for the better. And they weren't out there as mercenaries just to make the big bucks for themselves off us. And that made a massive difference. I felt that in my heart, and I thought, man, these guys are fair dinkum. These guys are serious. These guys want to change the world for better. And I suppose that's what really tied me into the Life team. They had the financial fitness program back then, and that it was just their leadership, their integrity, just their care for people and how they wanted to help people. It got me hook, line and sinker, if you may say so. I was excited about it. So
when I started attending the seminars and being part of the association around it all, and I could see the caring, I could see the support and the true love, not fake love, not behind your back talking bad, always with the edification and always around having that support and lifting people up, which is such a different crowd to be in and such a different seminar to go and attend. There's so much fun because you're catching up with your friends. And I know for me, I always look forward to the seminars, and I look forward to that association and learning something new, because I always get something more, something new, and the teachings are just so extensive every time I attend a seminar.
No, it's fantastic. So everyone, get on board the train and enjoy it. Honestly, it's just our way of life. All we're doing is just bettering our way of life, from our marriage to our relationships to it with our children. Within this Life Super app, this is what blows my mind. They haven't just focused on money, because they know money on its own is useless. it's no good having a bundle of money and you're divorced and your kids hates and all this sort of stuff and your health's dropping downhill. Within the Life Super app, it teaches us how to improve every area of our lives. And that's, I think, the key to it. It's not just the finance, because finance alone is nothing if your health's no good and your relationships are no good. So get on board and just enjoy the journey of change, because it's a journey, and it's a great journey to change for the better. You know, I look at myself as, when I first got involved in this type of industry, I was a low self-esteem. I looked at a lot of negative things. I was a negative speaker, and getting involved with this has totally changed that. It's just being around positive people and the leadership and that. And it's just totally changed my mindset. Honestly, it's exciting. So, you know, someone said to me, something about, when I had to give everything up and get rid of everything. And I said, that's just life, happens to people, and we just move on and we keep going. And it's having that mindset that, hey, it doesn't matter what our past has been. I don't care what age it is our past has been up to. It's making a decision today to make a difference and do something. And it's exciting.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Steve. Greatly appreciated. It's awesome.
No problem, Sarah, and have a wonderful day and have a fantastic 2021. And everyone, if anyone's watching this video, or everyone watching this video, check it out, because look into this business as far as you can, because it's so good. It honestly is so good, and just life-changing. So, okay, thank you very much, Sarah, and you have a wonderful day.